Alright, everybody, we're back again. This is Lars asking sports commentator Gerard Beaudin more about up-and-coming players, specifically basketball players. We previously did a video on Connor Vanover. You can see that video on the same channel. Any questions or comments are really appreciated. Now, we will move on to the second player that we did not get to cover in the first video. The second player is Thon. As far as I know, he is also an 8th grader, a 14-year-old, and at 7 feet tall. And he is also being recorded, his games and all, quite often, just like Connor Vanover. So Gerard, tell us, you've seen these videos of this Thon Maker. What's your take?
He's really explosive.
What do you mean by that?
And with his height, it's impressive. What I mean by explosiveness is when you see him play, you go, wow, did you see what he just did? That was awesome. Dude, I can't wait till the next game. Let's go. That kid was awesome.
So he's got you excited.
Yeah, he's got me really excited.
I remember the first time we were talking, you were saying, and this kid is 14? I was like, yeah, he is.
It's impressive, especially for a 14-year-old.
You said, to be honest, as a quote, you said, that's not fair to be that good at 14.
No, it's really not. The way he plays basketball, he plays with an aggressiveness that is hard to come by at 14. Most kids at 14 don't want to upset their parents or upset the coach or anyone else. So they play with a more conservative attitude, make sure that they're doing the right things, impress the coach, impress the people around him. But Thon Maker, man,
he don't care.
He's a different animal. He goes out there, you throw that ball up, and he doesn't just tap it out of the way. He makes sure that you know that he was there and that you're not going to touch. You're not going to even get close to the rim in his paint. That is the epitome of protecting this house. He knows that once you step in that area, you're not going to score on him. He's going to go up and swat that ball, and he's going to make you look bad.
So that's sort of what kind of separates him. That's what's different from him and that Connor Vanover.
Well, there's a few things that are different than him and Connor Vanover.
All right, separate them for me.
Not only does he play with an explosiveness that's way beyond the middle school and probably beyond the high school level, but also the way he plays the game. He's very shifty. He is very, very elusive. When he's running down the floor, there might be another player that's around the same speed as him, but because of the way he handles the ball, it allows him to maneuver around the court and get to a wide open spot. And then with his length, he gets to the wide open spot that might be 5 feet away. But because he has such long arms, it's only about 6 inches. And a 6-inch shot is really easy for a guy that tall. Actually, it's really easy for anybody. And then with the way that he plays the game, you can see that he's really been watching NBA games and taking into his game the way that they play.
Well, who does he remind you of?
He reminds me of
a lot of different players.
Yeah, but
give me some examples.
But some of the greats, honestly. He looks a lot like LeBron James did at 18 when he was coming out of high school, fresh into the NBA. But he also has a unique ability about him that reminds me a little bit of J.R. Smith on the New York Knicks. He can play in that one-on-one setup. He can step in, jump back, and take the shot. Or if you leave him wide open, he can look you off, and then all of a sudden, boom, the ball's up and it's in the air. You don't even know it's coming.
I see. Well, so where do you see him going?
I see him going pretty far. Actually, really far, in fact.
Far as in, like, which schools, which NBA teams? Tell me.
Well, he's gonna get interest from all the schools, and that's gonna be the interesting part about his choice, because he's gonna have all the options that he wants. It's not easy to come across 7-footers in the first place for college teams, but then when you get a 7-footer with his type of skills right now, he would be an excellent player in the NCAA right now, today, if he moved up. But then giving him another 3-4 years of college or of high school basketball to improve himself and to get better and to work on all his skills, he's going to have the opportunity to play any big name school he wants and dominate at that level. The key for him though is to work on himself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the way he plays the game, it's very easy to get caught up in yourself. And I don't mean to say he's self-centered or anything like that. I'm sure he's an excellent kid with good grades. But it is easy to fall into that trap, especially in college, because it's more about you. And you know you're only there for 1 year. And being the big man on campus is a really nice feeling.
Well, of course.
So he has to make sure that he gets his game right, because he reminds me of people like Shaq when he was at LSU, and then when he got drafted by the Orlando Magic, and other players like LeBron James, but they had a maturity about them, and I'm not saying this kid does. This kid or Thon Maker doesn't. He might, but he has to prove that, and he has to show that. That's what's going to make him one of the most prized commodities coming out of the NBA draft. Not only does he have the skills on the court, but when he steps off the court, he's not a worry. He has to make sure that he has his life in order, and the people closest to him are trustworthy, so that when he does take that next step into college, he's not going to be a troublemaker. He's going to have excellent reports. And then when he takes that next step into the NBA, every team is going to want him because they know he's a hard worker. They know he's trustworthy. They know that when they tell him that he has to be at the practice facility at 7 o'clock in the morning, he's going to be there. And it's not going to be hungover. And it's not going to be without any sleep that night. And it's not going to be late. He's going to show up early, on time, and ready to go.
I see. All right, so quickly, just to wrap it up, Thon Maker versus Connor Vanover, who do you see going further, fastest? Why?
Well, fastest, I see Connor Vanover going a little bit farther, only because of the special skill set that he has. His game does not rely on speed, strength. It does on his height a little bit, but he's not a player that would get worse with age or with a level increase. If he goes to the NBA, he's still going to be able to shoot the same way he does now. If he's 38 playing on his NBA team, he's still going to be able to shoot the ball the way he is now. Like Tim Duncan and like Dirk Nowitzki, he's going to be able to use the type of skills he has all the way until the day he retires. He's going to be one of those that can really hang on to the very end and still play at that high level. Thon Maker, on the other hand, has the chance to do that. He can shoot and he can dribble, and he has more of a body, He has more of a body that's ready for the NFL. He's built. He's got muscles on him, more so than Kyle Vanover. So I see him moving up faster and reaching the NBA. Reaching the epitome, the all-star ranks of the NBA a little bit quicker. The key for him is to really get those skills that'll make him last a long time. Unfortunately, age will catch up to all of us, and there will come a time where he's not the strongest, and he's not the fastest, and he's not the tallest. And that's when he has to be able to shoot and dribble in small spaces, because you won't be able to move like you did before. You can't outrun people down the court. You have to do it in your 4x4 or 5x5 area right next to the basket like Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki do now at legendary levels. They have the turnaround jump shots, they have the little hook shots with the right hand, and they use the glass to perfection. Those are skills you don't lose. Those are skills that never go away, no matter how old you are, until you really can't hold your arms up anymore. And that's where I think Connor Vanover has the edge over Thon Maker. However, right now, Thon Maker is really, really impressive.
I see you're impressed by him. All right, well, everyone, sports commentator Gerard Beaudin, commenting on Thon maker and up-and-coming player. Please leave any questions and comments, greatly appreciated, and we will see you all again in the next video.